What's up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here. Hope everybody is doing well, and wanted to talk about this is patch day, guys. So we're gonna talk about the rework here to an existing team in Marvel Strike Force. It's gonna be the Wakandans. Been a while. We've probably been expecting this for quite some time now, but the Wakandans are gonna be reworked here to be the second announced Cosmic Crucible team in Marvel Strike Force. Now, I don't know if everybody's going to be excited about this rework per se. I think mostly players who have already invested into the Wakandans are probably going to be really excited about this. And players who are using characters like Shuri and Killmonger on a regular basis. Killmonger probably less so, right? But Shuri in your Tech Doom raids every day, where your Gamma raids come around using Killmonger and Shuri, you're probably going to be pretty happy. But yes, this is going to be the second announced Cosmic Crucible team here. Now, from the devs, what they mentioned is that this team is supposed to be able to counter Infinity Watch in Cosmic Crucible. That was what they said. They thought that it was a good time to rework the Wakanda team, considering that this team has been out for quite some time, that they were essentially a flop, right, when they were first introduced. So they felt that it was a good time to rework them now. So yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff here that we're going to talk about in this video, talk about their kits, and you know, we can take it from there. Let's actually start off right now with Black Panther and talk about some of the boosts that he's going to be getting here. So all of them got stat boosts, and some of them got more kit reworks than others, but we'll talk about that here in this video. So for Black Panther, his stat boost here, massive stat boost on the health, 154, 45 on the damage, armor 12%, focus 53%, and then resistance here at 21%. Now I'm going to start off with the passive, and then we'll work our way up here. So passive, on attack, he's going to be able to gain 1 charge up to a maximum of 5. On the kill, he's keeping the speed bar filled by 100%. On defense up now, instead of just gaining deflect, he's also going to be able to gain regeneration as well. Now in Cosmic Crucible, while he does have this charge, he's going to also be able to gain 15% damage, and then he's going to give this drain over to himself and then also all the Wakandan allies as well. Now with this ultimate ability, while he also does have that charge, or any charge, instead he's going to be able to attack all enemies for 280% not piercing damage, but just damage. This attack is going to gain 40% damage per charge. In Crucible, if he has 4 or more charges, he's going to be able to fill the speed bar by 30% for self and in all Wakandan allies. So these charges are going to become incredibly important for them to be able to gain here. And we'll talk about the ways they're going to be able to gain charges throughout the kits as we read them. Lose all charge, then all attacks have 30% piercing and a plus 20% extra crit chance. If this character has 4 or more Wakandan allies, this attack cannot be dodged. So I thought this was interesting. This attack cannot be dodged portion here. So if you're looking at maybe a team like the Web Warriors on War Defense, they're kind of hard to counter. I know the counters right now for them are Uncanny and using maybe Black Order, but you know, maybe this may be a team outside of Cosmic Crucible that you can use to counter Web Warriors, especially being that this is an attack that is an AoE that cannot be dodged outside of Cosmic Crucible. I think is pretty good. All right, and then let's look at the special ability here. Apply offense up for 2 turns to self and all Wakandan allies. On crit, he will apply 2 counter to self and all Wakandan allies. If this character has 2 or more Wakandan allies, this attack gains 100% crit chance. So as long as he has 2 or more Wakandans, he'll always be able to crit and then apply the 2 counter. But I do like the offense up here for 2 turns, because that will definitely boost his ultimate ability, right? Especially if you're able to stack those charges where he's gaining the extra 40% damage per charge. He's going to be able to double this attack and then also get that extra 40% per charge with that offense up. Could do some really big damage here on this ult. So I do like sort of that synergy there with the special and the ult. And then for the basic ability, he's going to apply, in addition to the slow, also apply a bleed as well. All right, let's talk about M'Baku here. We're going to see how some of the team is going to be able to gain some of these charges as well with M'Baku's kit. So with his passive ability for him, well, actually start off with stats. For M'Baku's stat increases here, health by 29%, damage by 38%, armor by 25%, focus by 68%, and then the resistance here by 57%. Now, if we look at his kit here on the passive, if charged, when a Wakanda ally drops below 50%, clear all negative effects on this character, gain 1 taunt up to a maximum of 3, and then lose 1 charge. So essentially it's the strife thing, or some other tanks in the game here, and ally drops below 50% or percentage, save them. That's essentially what this ability does. Gain 25% block chance, but if he does have a charge, he will gain an additional 100% block chance and a plus 50 block amount as well. So it gives him more of an opportunity here to survive. That's probably the reason why they didn't boost his health stat as high, because they were banking on the fact that he'll be able to gain these charges and then also have the additional block chance, so that will give him enough sustainability. On the block, he will lose a charge and also gain 10% health, or heal for 10% health. And then specifically in Crucible, if he has 2 or more Wakandan allies, he will lower the armor by 30% for all enemies that do have this vulnerable. And this vulnerable is going to be pretty important, because with his ultimate ability, he's going to be able to apply vulnerables. So his ultimate ability, attack the primary targets and all adjacent targets for 320% damage, plus apply the vulnerable up to a maximum of 5. Then, or in addition to that, this is the extra stuff here. Chain to target adjacent to primary and attack that target and all adjacent targets for 320% damage, plus apply 1 vulnerable up to a maximum of 5 if any of the previous targets resisted the previous attack. So this is incredibly convoluted, right? Basically, this is what it is. This is how this was summarized to us. So he will attack the primary target and the adjacent targets for 320% piercing. He will try to then apply the vulnerable to all of those targets. If they resist the vulnerable, because they can resist the vulnerable on this, because this is an attack, this is an ability that's trying to apply vulnerable, as opposed to a ISO trying to apply a vulnerable, an ISO attacker trying to apply a vulnerable. So because this is an ability trying to apply a vulnerable here, they could potentially resist it. If they resist the vulnerable, then he will try again to follow up and apply that vulnerable again. He's not going to do an additional 320% damage, because that would be really crazy. He's just going to try to apply the vulnerable if any target resists the vulnerable. Any target that resists it, he'll try to apply the vulnerable to that target. Hopefully that wasn't confusing. Then he will apply 2 charges. So remember, the charges are really important for this team. Apply 2 charges up to a maximum of 5 to self and all Wakandan allies, and then counterattack does break this chain. With his special ability, he will apply 2 counter to self and all Wakandan allies. He'll also will gain 2 charges for himself here, and he will also apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all Wakandan allies. And the defense up is actually pretty important because of with the Okoye's kit, which we'll talk about actually right now. So let's take a look at Okoye's kit here. Her stat boosts are pretty noticeable as well. 84% on the health, 45% on the damage, armor 95%, focus 84%, which is really big because of her basic, and we'll talk about that here. And then the base resistance stat is also increased by 21%. So if we take a look at her passive as well, on defense up, she'll gain immunity, which is the reason why I said the defense up is pretty big, right? So she'll gain immunity, but she'll also, in Cosmic Crucible, she will apply immunity to all Wakandan allies, right? So that her getting the defense up is going to be pretty big. She can get it from M'Baku, and she can also get it from Shuri as well. Both of their specials will give the defense up. On Wakandan allies' turn, gain assist now. So previously, before, she would have to have a charge in order for her to gain assist now on a Wakandan ally's turn. Now she can do this out of turn attack here whenever a Wakandan ally does anything. So this is going to be really big, because her basic ability can clear 2 positive effects. So if she's going to be able to go every time her Wakandan ally does anything, then any sort of action here, this is going to be pretty big to be able to kind of clear some positive effects off the enemy team. And this is once again something that can be done outside of Cosmic Crucible. Does not have to be done within Cosmic. It's not only applicable in Cosmic Crucible. So I do like this quite a bit. Gives them a little bit more versatility outside of just being a Cosmic Crucible team, in my opinion. Then in Cosmic Crucible, while charged, if this character has 4 or more Wakandan allies, she will lower the damage by 15% for all enemies. she'll gain 20% speed for self and all Wakandan allies, and then she'll also lower drain by 50% for all enemies as well. So the drain to me is a specific call out to Infinity Watch, right? Remember they said that this team is supposed to be able to counter Infinity Watch. This is a direct call out to them, in my opinion, with Phyla-Vell being able to give them that death proof. This is a way to be able to prevent them from gaining additional sustain by getting those drains. That's pretty much basically the way that I read that kit, which is the reason why I said that this team can counter Infinity Watch. Then with her ultimate ability, she'll gain an offense up. She'll attack the primary target for 320% piercing, reduce the speed bar by 50%. This attack gains 40% damage per charge, so very similar to Black Panther's ult, right? Additional charges, more damage that she's going to be able to do. In Cosmic Crucible, she's going to be able to clear revive once from the primary target. So if we're thinking about Infinity Watch again, right? There's Gamora, there's Nebula, there's Adam Warlock. She can stop them from reviving with this ultimate ability, which I think is very powerful, right? Probably going to want to target Gamora, well, maybe Nebula first because to stop the assist, but probably maybe even Gamora if you're concerned about the damage, depending on who you can eliminate first, right? So I like this ability. I think it adds a little bit of spice to the team. A little sad that it's only in Cosmic Crucible, but of course I like that it's also it's here. It adds a little bit of spice to it, in my opinion. And then they guaranteeing that it also cannot be resisted, as that it cannot be stopped, because it says that this attack cannot be resisted, so it will always stop and clear that revive once. Also keep in mind that Dormammu can also apply revive once to each individual ally that he is with, so this also may be something that can be used against a team like that as well. And then in Crucible, if this character has 4 or more charges, gain 3 ability energy, and this attack ignores defense up and also cannot be dodged. So similar thing again, this cannot, you know, she can hit Nebula, so she can, if she targets Nebula in Cosmic Crucible, she will not only just clear the revive once, it won't be resisted, and then she can also stop her from that. I don't know. Well, she has evade, right? So I don't know if it works the same way with the evade. We'll have to see. I doubt it does though. Maybe it does. I'm messing up the mechanics a little bit there, but definitely something that could be used outside of a Cosmic Crucible, with using her against the Web Warriors team too, if you want to go that direction. But in special ability, she can apply offense down for 1 turn, and then now defense down for 1 turn, and then now offense down for 2 turns. She can chain to 4 targets for 190% damage, and then in Crucible, she can reduce that speed bar for all targets with immunity. Once again, that call out to Infinity Watch by 30%. So they're going to be able to control the speed against that team pretty well. They're also getting a lot of speed up as well. So this team is going to be very fast and quick and be able to kind of do a lot of damage and clear buffs, which I really do like. Now, my favorite rework on this entire team is the Shuri rework, and it has nothing to do with the kit. Well, a little bit to do with the kit, but it's just based on this. Increase base health stat by 50%. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, this is so big. I looked at my Shuri and I clicked on her stats at 305. Okay, well, if we're getting the base stat health of 50% here, what does that bring me to? 305, 474 times 1.5. That would bring me up to 458. And then of course in raids, right? Remember that she was already getting an extra 40% boost. She was getting an additional 40% health. So now she's getting the 40% health from being in from her passive. But then also the base stat is increased as well. But wait, guys, there's more. With her kit rework, her passive, they are also now changing it so that the gain 40% health in her passive is not only applicable in raids, it is now applicable outside of raids as well. Shuri definitely got a massive boost in my opinion. So outside of raids, when you look at it, right, based on the base stats, 50%, and of course the additional now 40% that's outside of raids, she's essentially getting a 90% health boost. She's essentially getting a 90% health boost, which makes her a lot more viable and versatile, right? Outside of raid content. In raids, she's gonna be a better character to stay alive and to survive and be able to do her defense up maybe multiple times in a node, or heal her healing is going to be impactful now because her health is going to be higher. I am excited about this. They also did boost damage stat by 45%, armor by 46%, which, by the way, Shuri will boost the armor of the entire team and herself by 20% with her passive. Focus by 31%, resistance by 21% as well. Yeah, the Wakandan allies will also get this 40% health even out in raids and outside of raids. We talked about the armor already, but then this one is also big too. When self or any ally drops below 50% max health, apply 3 deflect to that character. This is also now outside of raids as well. So she can do this on war defense. She can do this on war offense. She can do this anywhere, not just raid content. I think this is probably the most exciting thing for me when it comes to Shuri. I love it. Her special as well, generate ability energy for 4 random Wakanda allies. Previously, before this was only 1 random Wakanda ally, and then they increased her damage on her basic by 100% as well. Killmonger did get some stat boosts here. Damage stat by 38%, health by 20%, armor by 22%, 31% focus, 21% resistance. The only thing that they changed in his kit though was here in Crucible with his ultimate that he would rebound chain to 7 adjacent targets instead, but nothing else was changed on his kit here. And I think the reason why they did that was obviously because he's gotten reworks already with the mercs, and he's also gotten reworks as well with the skill military team, so they felt like they probably didn't need to give him any sort of another rework here. But seriously, the Shuri one is the most exciting to me. I like the health boost. That was beautiful. I love that. I think it's going to make her so much more viable. Gamma raids now, Killmonger, Shuri, and gamma raids are going to be better in my opinion. Maybe even Black Panther with that increased health and then increased damage as well. So I think it's a good rework. Little disheartened that it's only a Cosmic Crucible rework in my opinion, but nonetheless it is a good rework. So let me know what you guys think here in regards to the Wakanda team. Do you think it's a good enough rework? Would you like to see more? For some of you guys who already built up Wakandans, I mean, how do you guys feel about this as well? Congratulations to you. For those who already built up Wakandans, you're definitely going to be able to get some good solid value out of them now. But listen, if you like the video, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel here. Hit the notification bell so that you know when my videos do go live. Check out the links that are down below in the description. And until next time, guys, y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. Bye.